First, we'd like to provide a brief history of the tool's versions for context. Version 1, released in 2008, was developed for desktop use only. It used Excel spreadsheets and the Solver add-in to calculate the optimal mix. It was discontinued due to difficulties in keeping the spreadsheets up to date, did not allow simultaneous user access, the lack of traceability and change history, and the need to upgrade the Solver add-in. Version 2, released in 2009, was developed for desktop and network environments. Language Microsoft Visual Basic 6.0, database Microsoft SQL Server Express, and the 𝗘𝗵𝗃𝗀𝗃𝗀𝗃 library were used to calculate the optimal mix. It was discontinued due to poor performance in a network environment, with up to 11 hours required to calculate the optimal mix. The language was discontinued, and there was no technical support for the system's routines and procedures, and it did not allow internet access. Version 3, released in 2023, was developed for desktop, network, intranet, and internet environments with a cloud provider. It was developed in Python, JavaScript, and PostgreSQL. The database used was PostgreSQL, and the optimization library was SciPy, a library developed in Python. It offers excellent performance, achieving optimization calculations in seconds. This is due to all routines and procedures being executed by stored procedures within the database itself, eliminating data transfer between the system and the database. User can choose different languages: English, Portuguese, French, German, Italian, Spanish, and Chinese. An important aspect of the new version is that it can be accessed via mobile phone, without the need to install any app. The system screens automatically adjust to the mobile screen, allowing the tool to be used in any environment with internet access. Access to the tool is via the internet address spscompanyname.com. In other words, we have a website for each company that uses the methodology and tool. When accessing the website, a username and password are required. Users can choose the language they will use in the application at any time. Currently, we have English, Brazilian Portuguese, Spanish, French, Italian, German, and Chinese available. Language selection is at the user level. It is important to clarify that passwords are encrypted and only the user can change them. Important: analysis scenarios can be monthly, quarterly, or yearly. In this specific example, we have a monthly scenario for the period from January to December 2026. Basically, it was a scenario for constructing the 2026 budget for the fictitious company Demo Steel. In simplified terms, the following tables must be completed to allow for the calculations and analyses required by the SPS methodology. Indicators to register different indicators to be used in adjusting prices, costs, demands, etc. Exchange rate to register exchange rates for different currencies. Income tax, discount rate, fixed costs, D&A, and CAPEX to be considered in investment analysis. Production unit and markets to register the company's production units and markets. The company may have different production units producing the same products. This way, the tool indicates where to operate to serve different markets at the lowest cost. Variable costs for different inputs, raw materials, services, etc. Equipment and specific consumption to register of production equipment, productivity, and corresponding specific consumption. Products to register prices and market demand. Production flow. After registering the flow, the tool identifies the bottleneck and calculates productivity. Several tables and reports with the results of the optimal mix calculation and others: EBITDA, OWCR, OFCF, investment analysis, budget, etc. If you are interested in further details, please contact us. Thank you.